Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Premier League Fantasy Football and welcome to my video. In today's video, I want to look at my team, seeing how well they performed in Game Week 10, what kind of transfers I made, and then we move ahead to Game Week 11 and Game Week 12 because I think a lot of people is planning for that blank game week. So if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and drop a like on the video as it helps my channel out a lot. Here we go. Now, as you can see, so far, all of my players has played and I'm inside of the top 100k. So my old rank was 165,000 and now 83 with the subs coming in, 92 with 2 games left because I am recording this after the Arsenal versus Liverpool game and that was a fantastic game to watch. You know, you got Everton versus Manchester United and you got Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa. So that's definitely going to change. I'm going to be outside of the top 100k, but I got it. I made it, and I'm happy that I'm around in this position at this stage. But you know what? If I didn't make the transfers that I made in this game week, I would have got more because I had 2 free transfers, and these transfers I was slowly trying to plan for Game Week 12. You know, that's where the blank game is, where a lot of people are kind of focusing on. What I also want to do is kind of look at 13 and onwards as well. So the players that I'm bringing, I'm looking at those players and I'm thinking, oh, you know what? If it doesn't work out in Game Week 12, you know, I would want them for the long term as well. So I removed Saka, who scored 2 goals, and I brought in Zaha. I brought in Zaha because, you know, I'm looking at these fixtures and I want to get this player for these fixtures. You know, he's already got a return, so that's good. That plan is worked. But removing Saka to Zaha wasn't the best thing to do. I could have got more points, but you know, this is something that I have had in mind. This is a plan that I went with, and it kind of worked. The other player that I brought in was Wilson. Newcastle right now is just performing really well. They're scoring a lot of goals and the fixtures are not too bad as well. There's a couple of good like home games that they can do really well in, and I mean, you know, you never know what can happen against like Manchester United and Tottenham with Wilson around. You know, he's back. So I removed Mitrovic, who did not play. You know, he was already injured. I thought, you know, I'm going to remove him anyway. I don't really want him if he's going to just play for like 20 or 30 minutes, you know, come off the bench or something. And I thought, you know what, why don't I go for a big differential? And I'm at that stage where I've got 2 free transfers. I could do that. Went for Wilson. And it's only 5 points, to be fair. It's not too bad, right? It's not too bad. I went for it. Went for that little bit of a risk. And if we look at like Game Week 12, right? You know, Zaha's got Wolves at home. And Wilson will have Everton at home. So I'm already planning for that as well. And looking ahead, obviously, as well. So let's go through the team. So that was what happened. I've got 77 points, above the average of 40, which is fantastic. I think that will rise with those 2 games left. Yeah, just inside of the top 100k right now. Really happy. And let's go through the team. So Nick Pope in goal with only 2. Again, conceding a player that we brought in to bring in the points, but he's not. I'm hoping he gets one of these mega scores in this next couple of game weeks because right now, none of the goalkeepers are really doing well, right? I'd rather get the cheapest goalkeeper and just go with that and kind of use that money elsewhere. But Trippier, on the other hand, is just continuing to do well. However, he is highly owned. So he's not going to gain me too much ranks, but he's still helping me out. Cancelo, even with 18 points, I know he's highly owned, but he still has helped me with that green arrow. 1 goal, 1 assist, clean sheet, 3 bonus points as well. Playing on the wing side, he was fantastic. Manchester City is just playing incredibly well. 18 points from him. This is what we want to see from Cancelo. However, James has been disappointing, and I think there's going to be a lot more disappointment coming along in these fixtures. These are the fixtures that we know that he should be able to keep a clean sheet, and Chelsea did keep a clean sheet against Wolves, but he did not play. I think they're looking at this Champions League games. They need to win, you know, they need to get the points on board, and they're going to rest a lot. There's going to be a lot of rotation, and I don't know if I want James for the long term because of that issue. But for now, like, he's got a game in game week 12. We're just going to pray that he actually plays. So that game week 12 is going to be a pain for a lot of FPL managers. So I brought in Zaha to kind of plan for game week 12 and onwards. So not only am I attacking this game week 12, I'm looking onwards as well. Zaha's got an assist, which is fine. I'm not going to be too disappointed of, I was going to say Mahrez, Maddison, because he's got me this mega 18 points last game, and with one, it happens, and the fixtures are still good. They've got 2 back-to-back home games, and again, game week 12, a home game against Leeds looks really good. Bowen has continued, he's on penalties. And that is what we kind of thought that was going to happen. He has continued to bring in the points. It's a shame that he didn't get bonus points. Like Antonio just came on and scored some horrible goal, and he's got the maximum bonus points. That does not make any sense to me. He's only touched it once or twice or something. It's not that bonus system. It just needs to change. It's just weird. Martinelli, one of the Arsenal players that I kept was Martinelli. Is the one that I had since day one, and yeah, he's just been outstanding. Scored a fantastic goal, assisted a lovely goal for Saka as well. I think if I look at that game, yeah, so he's got 2 bonus points coming in. That is really good. Wilson with an assist, and Newcastle beat Brentford 5-1, and he's only got 1 assist, so that's a little bit unlucky in my point of view. Captain Haaland, because why not? And you know what? I kind of like this, not thinking about this captain options. Just give it to Haaland and hope that the other players that I've got in my team gets the returns, and they did. Harry Kane. Let's talk about Harry Kane. I know he's got a little bit of knock. I think he should be fine. But we'll see what happens in the Champions League. But he is on form. He is continuing to chip away, bringing the points every single time. The fixtures are looking good. This game is very good. This game is good as well. And this and so on. And I'm thinking to myself, do I really need to bring in Salah? I haven't had, since I wildcarded, I haven't had any Liverpool players. No Salah, no Diaz, no Trent, and it's literally paid off. That gamble of removing Liverpool players and bringing other players that could do well in other teams has actually paid off. So in game week 12, my main thing was to remove Kane and kind of fund Salah's move and captain Salah. But now I'm thinking maybe I don't need to do that. But we'll see. Koufal again did not play, so that's a bit of a concern, and there's a possibility that I could take a -4 point hit, my first -4 point hit in game week 12 to get a player out. So I don't know. I need every single player that I have. Andreas was on my bench, scored a goal. I can't really say much with that. I wasn't expecting him to do anything anyway, and Williams on the bench here that I don't know what he's going to do. So, and Ward with 1. So 77, really good. If I look at some of these fixtures here, wasn't expecting Bournemouth to do well. Solanke did really well, actually. A lot of people bought him in. I mean, it feels like a lot of people. He's only 1.6, so he's a massive differential. And I'm looking at him as well because I need to fund it. So let's just do this, right? So this is my main move. Let's just say that I do bring in Solanke, and let's just do this. So I'll have a 5.8, and if I was to, I don't know, remove Bowen or something as an example, then as you can see, I got the right money for Salah. Andres, I won't. Maddison, I will, but I need him for that Leeds game. I could. No, I still don't have money for that. So it's got to be Bowen to make way. And I kind of like this move because Solanke will have Southampton at home. Salah will have West Ham at home, and I'll captain him. And if Diaz is out as well, so he's definitely going to or should be playing more minutes, something like this. So I don't know. I'm not really liking this as much. But I do need to start investing in Liverpool players because their fixtures are turning and is getting better. But they're just not doing it right now. So I might not even do that. I might just like keep Kane and then keep Bowen and just sort out the defense and chip away and maybe change Kufar. I only got like a little bit of money, so 4.5 I might have to buy a cheap defender and start planning for the future. So I'll see what happens. You know, still got a lot of games left. You know, there's lots of like things could happen. The Champions League as well that we'll have to wait for. So I'm not going to make any transfer, and I want to try and bank the transfer in game week 11, so I'm set for game week 12. So this is how the team's looking like. So I've got Nick Pope and Trippier against Manchester United. No idea what's going to happen. I hope that this is going to be a 0-0 game, or Newcastle beating Manchester United 1-0 and Wilson scoring that goal. That would be fantastic. Liverpool versus Manchester City. I've got two Manchester City players here with Cancelo and Haaland. And yeah, I'm going to captain Haaland. I think with that Liverpool defence, it's just not good. It's just not good the way they're playing right now. They've got a couple of injuries as well. And, you know, I could have captained Kane. And I think Kane is a good captain option. But I think Everton is just performing better than Liverpool right now, like defensively. James, look, we're just going to hope that he plays. I do have some couple of players. Maybe I'll do something like this and hopefully I won't be able to get Andres because, yeah, cool. I probably will get one of the defence there. That's a shame. Salah against Leicester. Look, Leicester is conceding a lot of goals. You know, there's probably a possibility this game to be high scoring. Maddison there as well against Crystal Palace. So I've got to hope for the best here. Do you know what? This game week, I'm not sure what's going to happen. There's a lot of got a lot of players that is playing away. I'm just going to hope for the best. Bowen against Southampton. Hopefully he can continue his run. He does have a fantastic fixture, you know. It's coming up here that I would really want to keep him. So we'll see what happens there. Martinelli against Leeds. Like, that's a very good fixture for Arsenal. And I need to start thinking about what kind of Arsenal player do I want? Do I want to go back to Jesus? Do I want to get like Saka in again? I might actually think to bring Jesus back into the team because he's highly owned. I want to try and maintain in the rank as well. Wilson against Manchester United. You've got Haaland against Liverpool. And I've got a big differential here that could do really well against Everton. Now, if I look at these fixtures, Brentford versus Brighton, not really sure what's going to happen there. A lot of people will go for like Trossard. A lot of people are trying to invest in Brighton players because they've got a very good fixture in game week 12. Got players here. I guess Mitrovic, if he's back, then that's going to be a problem for me. I do have Andres to kind of like chip in if he can do anything there. Not really fussed with this fixture, to be honest with you. So the only player that I'm a bit scared of is Mitrovic if he plays. I'm happy with this as well because I got the main player, which is Harry Kane. Yeah, I'm gonna hope that Thing plays, James plays. But here, right, like Jesus is gonna be a problem. Saka now with Arsenal's defense, I think they're gonna do really well here. Yeah, it's so difficult to predict this one. But if we look at like game week 12, you can see like Brighton versus Nottingham Forest. This is a very good fixture for Brighton, so investing in a Brighton player could be the way to go. Like Crystal Palace against Wolves, good game. You've got Bournemouth, you know, could do really well against Southampton. Chelsea against Brentford, you know, maybe Mason Mount could be the player that I might go for. Yeah, I guess at home Liverpool could do well. Newcastle against Everton, you know, these are good fixtures for our players to actually do well in. And maybe I have to bring Mitrovic back against Aston Villa. So we will see. Anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much it. I just thought I'll kind of go through it. Yeah, right now, if I look at this, I've got 77 points. 2 more fixtures left. As you can see, you know, Everton versus Manchester United, and you've got Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa. Hopefully it just stays 0-0. I'll be alright with that. And I can still maintain around the top 100k, or maybe just around it anyway. But yeah, let me know in the comments below how well you did. You know, when did you wildcard? Did it change? Like, Are you doing better now since you wildcard? Are you holding your wildcard? What are your plans for game week 12 and so on? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video has helped you. My Champions League video will be out on a Tuesday. And my next videos will be like out on a Monday because I'm on a little break as well, but I'll be back for the next game week. So I'm going to try and post my team selection video and my Champions League game like before Tuesday. So that's what I'm going to try and doing. Anyways, thank you so much for joining. I hope that this video has helped you guys. Subscribe if you're new and smash that like button. Hopefully this video will get up to about 100 likes. That would be incredible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.